we have our carburetors, and finally my Dynojet kit came in. Let's go ahead and start digging in. Got some cool stickers, Dynojet, so we'll just put that to the side, just like that. They got a troubleshooting guide, and they got our instructions. So I'll put that on the as a picture on the video, and so if anybody wants to see it, I go ahead and put that on the side. But first things first, let's put that like that. Here's our carbs. We're gonna go ahead and open them. Well, let me read this to you, see what it says. It says, Stage 1 instructions. Number 1, remove the vacuum slides from the carbs. Remove the stock needles and spacers, noting the order of assembly. There's a figure A. Using the DD number 30 drill bit provided, enlarge the slide lift holes. Do not drill the needle hole. So let's go ahead and start opening her apart. So let's start with the right side. Oops. Sorry about that. Careful, springs right there, just like that. Remove this. Alright, so it says remove vacuum slides of the carbs, remove the stock needles, and note if any spacers come out. Alright. Let's see. There's a flathead. Oop. Stupid. Just like that. Alright. This is how it looks. So we got this part. We got that part. Here comes our needle. We got one washer. One washer right there. It went in like that. So always remember the order of how it went. Like that and like that. So it went like that, guys. So let's do that. Put that to the side. Like that and like that. Let's take out this part. While you're at it, you could grab some carb cleaner and just go ahead and clean it off. Just like that. Nice and clean. Alright, let's go to step number 2. So the cool thing about this packet is they label it DD30 right there. We're just gonna take it out, and we're gonna go ahead and use our drill. Don't put too much power. It says not to drill the needle hole, which you don't want to do that. Go ahead and grab it. These are already the size of. So let's go ahead and do that and go on to our next step. It says install the Dynojet needles on groove number 3. Use all stock spacers, figure A. Install the Dynojet. It says install the Dynojet washers above the E clip. Okay, so here's our new needle. We're gonna go ahead and grab our clip, which is right here. They only sent one, but that's fine. It said to use the ones that were already there, so let's just put one new one. And the other one we could use the older one. So it says right here, put it on groove number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Great. These are freaking tiny, so be careful. And with my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Just force it in there. Just like that. On to the next step. So the next step is we're gonna go ahead and put this back together. So our needle first. Make sure it's on groove number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Needle first. Oh wait. Let me put the washer on there. So the stock washer. Needle. Damn it. Alright. You can see right there the washer and the needle are inside. Then we're going to put a spring. Just like that. And we're going to put our cap. This is going to be the tricky part. Yep, this is the tricky part. Well, you see how I'm struggling a little bit. You guys can get some of that too when you guys install yours. But I got it, and it goes nice and easy afterwards. Get it nice and snug, nothing crazy. And there you go, that's the first part. Step number 3 says remove the stock main jets and replace with the Dynojet main jets provided. If you are running the stock exhaust, use the DJ120 main jets. If you are running the aftermarket exhaust or slip-on with flowing baffles, use the DJ124 main jets. Be sure to the jets you are changing are the main jets. So since I'm using aftermarket pipes with stock airbox, I'm going to be changing the main jet. So let's go ahead and proceed with that. Take that off. Oops, it's not good. And we're going to look for the 124. Not those, there's the 120s. Where's our 124? Here it is. Let's go ahead and change that. Not so tight, just a little snug, just like that, and good to go. On to the next step. 4 says locate the mixture fuel plug. If you see a screw head and figure B, proceed to the adjusting procedure. With the DD 5-3 seconds drill bit provided, carefully drill through the plug. Note, the mixture screw is directly underneath the plug. Be ready to pull back on the drill instant if you break through. Mine don't have those plugs, which I don't have to worry about. All I gotta worry about on step number 4, it says carefully turn the mixture screw until lightly seated, then back out 2.5 turns. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's carefully seat it. It's seated right there. Let's mark it right there and go out 2.5 turns. Here, let's make a different shape right there. So 1, 2.5. So there you go, or 2.5 turns out. It says floating at low speeds or idle can be caused by too high of a float level or too rich of a setting of the fuel mixture screw. We recommend that you remove the floats and blow it lightly through the fuel line to the carbs to remove any settled dirt. At this point, you're all done. You removed everything. Just put them back together and you should be good to go. So let's go ahead and put this back together. Forgot to put this piece back on. Make sure you guys put it back on. It goes like that, and then you could put your spring with the cap on. It's a little hard to put on. There's other people that could probably do it faster, but that's the point. Put on the cap, tighten her down, and you should be good to go. Everything is back on. Just make sure you put your needle back in place. Make sure it's not out of line. Put that little rubber piece where it belongs. Right there, the little tab. And you can start butting her up. To continue on our left side of the carb, to finish up these jets, we're gonna go ahead and open them. Take out our diaphragm. Remember, there's a spring there. Put that to the side. Get the spring out the way, and here's our diaphragm. Oh, just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the cap. Well, here, I'll read the instructions again. It says remove the vacuum slides from the carbs, remove the stock needles and spacers, noting the order of assembly. Using the DD number 3 drill bit provided, enlarge the slide lift holes, do not drill the needle hole. So let's go ahead and do that. Take off the plastic part up here. Just like that. The old needle, keep the washer. We might have to remove this clip, E-clip. I'll remove that later, but let's go ahead and continue to step number 2. It says install the Dynojet needles on groove number 3. Use all stock spacers. Install Dynojet washers above the clip, the E-clip. Oh, sorry, I forgot to drill the hole. So you're gonna drill the hole. So it's the ones on the side, not the one in the middle. Make sure you get some carb cleaner to get all those shavings off. Get it nice and clean. Put that to the side. Make sure you clean this as well since it's already out. Nice and clean. I'm gonna make sure to dry up the rubber part since I put carb cleaner. There you go. So we're gonna install the new needle, but I have to take this clip off, so give me a second. This is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it on my own time, and make sure you remove yours if it doesn't come with it. So I removed mine. Make sure it's the third groove. It's tiny. So 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's on. Make sure you put that on in there. So put the needle in. Put the washer in. Washer's in there. Put the spring. You gotta play with the spring a little bit. Spring's on. Make sure you put that on the right way. And last but not least, the little plastic. And tighten her down. Get it nice and snug. Just like that. There's your needle, it's installed. So we're good with this side. Let's go to step number 3. It says remove the stock main jets and replace with dyno main jets provided. If you are running the stock exhaust, use the DJ 120 main jets. If you are running an aftermarket exhaust and slip-ons with high flowing baffles, use the DJ 124 main jets. Be sure that the jets you are changing are the main jets. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Open up the bottom. Slide that out, and we're going to replace our main jet. Get the new one. Snug it in there. Nice and snug. And it says locate the fuel mixture plug. If you see a screw head at figure B, proceed to adjust procedure. With a DD 532 drill bit provided, carefully drill through the plug, which I don't have, and I don't have something to show you for an example. On my cleaning, on the carb cleaning video that I posted a while ago, a little time ago, you could see it there in that video. It's like probably this big, but it's solid and it's a little cylinder, so it goes in here. It blocks it from getting any type of dirt. But I'm not going to use that. It says the mixture screw is directly underneath this plug. Be ready to pull back on the drill the instant you break through. Use the screw provided to secure and remove this plug. Carefully turn mixture screw until you lightly seated, then back out 2.5 turns. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's carefully seat it. That's seated right there. And let's turn it 2.5 turns. So that's 1, 2, and then and a half. So that's 2.5 turns, and it's good to go. There's also a note. It says flooding at low speeds or idle can be caused by too high of a float level or too rich of setting on the fuel mixture screws. We recommend that you remove the floats and blow lightly through the fuel line to the carbs to remove any subtle dirt. Alright, so this is how we do the adjustments. We're pretty much set. We're going to go ahead and close it. Just close these bad boys up. And we're going to test them so we can see if they're good to go and be ready to put on the bike. Alright, so we got all this squared away. Just like that. Flip it over. Make sure you put your needle back in. Make sure you get it right in the center. Don't forget about this tab right here. It goes on this side. You can see it right there on your carbs. Just like that. So spring, and then your cap. Just like that. I finally got my washers and lock washers for these. Close it up nicely and put everything back together. I'm not going to tighten these down all the way just so I can put these on. I always have a hard time putting these on, but you get the point. I'll put it on. I'm not going to sit here all day, but put them all back on, and that's how you install the Dynojets.